Hi everyone, it's Dragana from Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Recycled packaging with windows. I've been collecting these and I went through all of them and I found the ones that have some sort of opening. Have a look at that one. Then there's this one. Sometimes they still have the acetate here. And I think these types of packagings are actually perfect to create specimen cards. They all have little windows. Look at that one. Yeah, even these small ones would make really cute specimen cards that can be turned into like dangles or something. Yeah. Look at that one. Oh, the long one. This would make a nice bookmark. That one as well. And on and on. Let's have a look. Oh, these are also quite large. A little star here. Even the ones from the tissue boxes or glove boxes. Look, there's the round one. These ones as well can be used. And yeah, the cloud. As you can see, there's quite a lot, but I also found quite a few that are the same and that I want to use today. The ones I'm really interested in using today are these ones. I've got about 10 of them that are the same size. There's some pink and some are white, but they're all the same size and they all have the same opening, and they come from these pre-glued nails. Don't laugh. I know what you're thinking. Sometimes, you know, one of the biggest challenges of doing videos for me is having my nails look all right. So at times I had to resort to these things because when you run a household, you love gardening and you're always working with paints and dyes and things. Your nails are not going to look great. Sometimes you just have to use the fake ones. Anyway, because these come in these cute boxes with an opening, ever since I bought the first one, I kept collecting them and I was thinking I'm going to make specimen cards with these. I thought because they're so nice and square and round, a perfect specimens for my ocean journals. I don't have any. All my specimens are just leaves and plants, but I have nothing for ocean journals. And I thought I want to change that. I want to make some. I designed this page to fit with these. This page is going to be free for you to download on my website. Okay, so it's going to be free download. You can cut it up. It is like this, black and white. And the reason it's black and white is because it gives you options when you're using it. For example, if you print this with laser printer, black and white laser printer, you can stain the paper over once it's printed. Okay, so you can add rust, coffee, whatever, add more colors. You can even color some of these, you know, use inks. It's up to you. It's really versatile. Or you can print on already printed papers like I did here. So this background that you see here and here, it's also available as a free digital download on my website, and that's the one that I've shown you in that 10K subscriber celebration video. So I printed this background first on one side and then a different background on this side, and then I printed this image in black and white on one side, put it back in and print it on the other side. So now I can use it as a specimen, and I used 160 GSM paper. I could have gone a bit thicker, but I think it's going to be all right. So that's one way of doing it. Another way, as I said, is if you just print on white paper and then you use dyes on top. I also tried this because my husband has a black and white laser printer. I asked him to print some of these on vellum, and as you can see, the ink is not coming off. So I printed these on vellum. Okay, and then I had to try printing on transparency film. And when I've tried printing with transparency film using my inkjet, it didn't work. This one, it sort of works. You can still you can scrape it off, you see. But I think it's going to be all right. doesn't seem to be coming off unless you really scratch like that. Yeah. Anyway, as far as these are concerned, I'll just give you the dimensions. You can cut them from any sort of recycled packaging. They are 3.5 by 3.5 inches, and the opening is just a little bit less than 2.5. But it doesn't have to be round. It can be square. You can cut them out. If you have big punches, you can punch them out. If you have scissors, you can use your die cuts. So first thing I need to do is open these up, because it's going to be easier, and I'm just going to cut off that. So I'm going to do this for all of them. I sorted out all of these. I cut the sides, but I kept these. I'm thinking maybe I can even try to make them tag shaped ones, although it is kind of big, but that's all right. We'll try a few. And I'm left with these. This cardstock is kind of good, and I can still make like cute tags or use it as backing. I have 10 of these, and I was thinking maybe I can make 5 that are square and 5 that are long like this. I'm just using the guillotine. And I won't straighten these sides yet. I can do that later on. I'm just going to cut these. Okay. I said I'm going to do 5 of these and 5 of these, but I actually do need 2 for each specimen. I forgot about that. So I've ended up with 2 larger ones, and I'm going to have 3 square ones. Okay. They're white on the inside, which is perfect. I can just use my inks or dyes to color them, and I don't have to really resort to gesso or acrylic paints, although it would be nice as well, just as nice. I think it would give nice texture, but today I just don't want to do that. This is going to stay on the inside, so I don't have to worry about the insides, just that. And I'm going to do this in a way that I can complete it really quickly, so I'll do all of them at the same time. So just a sponge, and I'm gonna apply the coffee on these. This is just plain black coffee. They might curl up a little bit from the moisture, but that is totally okay. They will flatten later on. This is just the quickest way. You can also use the brush if you want. And I won't add rust quite yet, because if you mix rust with coffee, you'll end up with a grey color, a really dark grey, and I don't want that. For now, coffee is just alright. As you can see, they're starting to curl up. Oh, that's alright, we'll flatten them. Cool. Now I have some bubble inks left. Again, I have some blue and green. They still have dishwashing liquid inside, but that's totally okay. I'm going to press that. Just add a little bit of green. I want that look of water. So this is blue. I hope I have enough there. Light blue. I also have some orange bubble ink. Maybe I can just do a few drops. Just like that. That's cool. Alright. So now I have to let these dry, and then we'll continue. I put those aside to dry, and while they're drying, I thought maybe we can do something with this. This is printed with laser printer. Okay, so black and white laser printer, and it should be alright to add coffee, ink, rust, whatever you want. And I don't mind if it gets messy on this side. I might just pick up these paints. because ideally I want it colored on both sides. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, again, I'm just going to use coffee, just so it's not white. And as you can see, the ink is not dissolving. If I was to do this with an image that was printed on inkjet printer, these inks would run. They would bleed everywhere. But this works only because it's printed on laser printer. Okay, and then spray a little bit. I don't think I have any more of that. Blue, but I have green. I'm going to spray some orange, just to get it looking a little bit more rich. Some water. Got more bubble ink left here. It's in this bottle, so maybe I can just spray some blue. Okay, I just had a look at the pieces of that packaging that was left, and it occurred to me, if I do this, if I cut that off, I end up with this, and I can totally do that. Just twist it to the other side. So I've got the plain side here, and I've got this here, and maybe I can use these pictures because that's like the paper. It's not see-through. I can glue that down and have it like that, almost like little tags. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint these in the same way that I've shown you earlier. Okay, I'm back. This is what our specimens look so far. The large ones, the square ones, and those ones that I want to try something, you know. It's a shame they already have that thing at the top, so I think I want to make something, but I don't know, if we have time I'll do at least one. Now I also decided to dye these things as well, the bits that I cut off, because they can be perfect little tabs. I just stamped some words there, and they're the greatest tabs. So since I was making all this mess with inks and all of that, I decided to do that. Now look at these. They're the longest sides. That's what they look like. Okay, I'll just show you one example. That one. I just sort of played around with my scissors to make it look interesting. Wouldn't that look lovely on a journal? Perhaps there, down the bottom, as part of something else to turn into a belly band. You can even put brads here on the corners. I think it just looks really nice, especially when you stamp some words. So I decided to keep those as well. Okay, that's just an idea of how you can make the most of this packaging. Let's continue with our specimens. So now the fastest way for me to kind of make these just a little bit more interesting, I just want to stamp something on these, like script or some numbers, or I don't know, something. But I don't want to spend too much time and work on each one separately, so I thought I'll just stamp on them all together. I've got this script here, and I've got this fine one. I don't want the ink to be too kind of bright. What about grey? think gray is the way to go. It's not as dark as black, so this is hickory smoke. I think it would look good. So I'm just going to do like this, a few at the same time. We said we're going to have some like that, and we're going to have the rest like this. So we have to make 5. Let's start with this one. Kind of like this one, so I'm just going to cut here. I'm using acetone-based glue because I fear that it's not going to glue properly otherwise, and I'm just going to put it here around the corners. One thing I forgot to do is ink the circle, so I'm going to do that now. I can still do it, but I would probably mess up this. I suppose it's alright. But let's just do them all so we don't forget. Now we'll have to glue this one to that. Oh, I already love it. I can see that I'm going to really like these specimens. So now I'm going to put the glue everywhere. Inside. I'm using the acetone based glue basically because this surface is a little bit kind of shiny and too smooth, and I fear that it wouldn't glue properly if I don't use a stronger glue. Another way of addressing this issue is if you just sand the other side a little bit, and then you can use even glue stick, but I don't want to sand, it's too much dust. I love this already, I love it. So that's on vellum. You can print with your inkjet printer on vellum as well. I've tried that. This is laser printer, but I've done before with inkjet printer and it works just as fine. Of course, don't get it wet. So I'm going to let this dry, and then later we will trim all of these. Okay, now we're going to try one with this. Okay, going to be on both sides, so I'm just going to put the glue around here and this is going to be difficult. Is it? Or it doesn't really matter if we don't get the circles aligned perfectly, you won't be able to see anyway, so I guess it's all right. So we just glue them together. I'm going to put something heavy on top of these and just place them under some books. Okay, let's continue. I'll do this one. Let's do one with the acetate or transparency film. Which one should we do? Let's do one that we haven't done so far, maybe. This one. I kind of like this one here. And because when I printed, only the middle section is the same on both sides. When I turn the paper, I actually get two different ones. Okay, and that one can go there. Okay, let's do this one first. And again, it is the same process. We just put the glue around here, and then we put the glue close to the edge. You always do that from the center toward the outer edges to avoid the glue seeping here. Okay, so now let's glue that side. Alright. I am already in love with these. So gorgeous. Let's glue this one. Now here, just trim the top bit off. There's no point of gluing this. I'll just like cut the corners like this a little bit. And I'm going to use just some tape. Now we'll just go around. I won't put the glue on the acetate, it just tends to seep through immediately. Just checking if the text is going the right way. This one has lifted off. absolutely love the colors here. It just turned out so good. Okay, let's put that one there. And this one. Good. So yeah, we're doing a bit of a mess make here, aren't we? Really easy making specimens with these because I didn't have to spend time on cutting the circles. Already cut for me, which is great. Can't wait to try with the autumn leaves and maybe use different shapes, some of the other cardboards that I've shown you. Okay, I will put these underneath the book as well. We'll let these dry a little bit before we trim them, but in the meantime I just want to do one of these. I think this one looks kind of flat, nice and flat, so I'm going to stamp again, just lightly, and then here we have that. There's this label. I wonder if I can peel it. Yeah. Which one do we like? I haven't used this one anyway. And I could just glue that down and then cut off the excess, but I thought maybe we could glue like a book page behind. Wouldn't that be interesting? Cool. And I don't need to go all the way up, just to here. Great. So I'll just put the glue. I love nature, whether it's ocean or forest. I love it. And you know, sometimes people ask me, what do you do with all these specimens that you collect, like especially with plants? Honestly, they are really great resource when you do drawing, if you want to do drawing or painting and you wonder, oh, what does that plant look like? You don't have to go on the internet and look for the pictures. You can simply look at your specimens and use them as reference, basically, but also to preserve them. That looks so nice. Okay, I'll just cut off this, what we don't need, so it's not confusing me. Perhaps if I round them. didn't really need to round the corners on the top. It's not necessary because it's going to be covered with this. Right. And now we glue this. Trim, ink, and they're done. Perfect little tags, specimens. Wow, I really like those. And you can write on the back. Okay, let's have a look at the first batch. I'm going to use just metal ruler and my knife. Didn't align here properly, so I'll have to trim that as well. Very nice. So I'm going to round here. This is the bottom. Thick. Oh, so good. Let's find the middle. Put a little hole. Nice. To ink this. I'm very happy with this one. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's trim this one. Actually, this one's kind of alright here. It's really tough. Oh. Good. It's just ink. Very nice. Another thing I can do to these to make them even more interesting is just add the sewing, but I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't know, I kind of like it. I just love these patterns that inks created, and it just looks so summery and watery. I love them. Okay, let's finish with the other three. So I'm just going to go around and straighten these. Very nice. Should I round the corners? Is that going to be difficult? You know what? I think I'm going to do it like this. I'll just cut a little bit. It's actually quite difficult with the corner round. I think that's perfect like that. And of course inking. Wow, I think with these I want to put like a hole here, for example. And maybe put an eyelet or something and attach some charms. I'm just going to quickly trim these as well. I straightened all of them and I found these blue eyelets, and I'm going to just install them quickly like that. Got these charms, maybe they would look good. I'll just use these pins. Maybe this one. So those three can have the charms. I love them. I can even add these perhaps, or add them here. So if you slide them in and out, it will have to be, depending on how you use them in a journal, you can put them in a pocket like this or on the side, but not the other way around because of the charm. So either here or there. That would also look really cool. And there's one more left, this one. Let's just straighten that one. One thing I forgot to ink is this edge here. I should have done it before I glued everything down, but perhaps I can do it like this. Of cotton here. Wow, that one's cute too. And of course, sewing can be added, but even without it, they look good. I had to go look for a clean sheet of paper to actually show you this properly because it's so messy on my desk. I absolutely love these, and to think that it all came from this. I'm very, very happy with all of them. So don't forget to get your free download. There are other downloads as well. You're welcome to download anything that's on my website that says free download. People sometimes ask me, but I say you are okay to use them in your journals that you sell. Just please don't resell them as digitals or distribute otherwise. But if you're going to include them in your journals that you sell, that's totally fine. Help yourself, print them out, do whatever you want. Just create and have fun. That's the whole point of this. With this video, I'm finishing my ocean theme tutorials. The next video is going to be hopefully a flip through, and I will do my best to finish at least one of the journals before I go on my holidays, because I really want to do that flip through on the beach, and a lot of you suggested that I should, so I'm going to do my best to do that. So I'm going to be working really hard for the rest of the week because I go on Friday. The video is not going to be on Sunday, but at least sometime during the next week. So thank you so much for watching and for following this ocean theme with me, and I hope I see you soon in the next video. Bye for now.